when I was learning like north, east, south, flip and flip. Hey guys, my name is Jerry Krupinette and welcome to my channel, Just Jerry. So in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing theories I made up or like childhood thoughts or like, I don't really know how to explain what I'll be talking about, but I have a list of things in my handy dandy notebook. So I don't know if I'm the only person that used to do this / still kind of does this, but if things don't make sense to me, I will just kind of create my own reasoning to it. I'm not even going to try and explain what I'm talking about. So first, I'm just going to start off by explaining like what kind of kid I was. Most of you watching this probably know me in person, so you probably know a little bit about my childhood. But if you don't know me at all, I was kind of like a hippie child. I never wore clothes. I was always just in my underwear, and I never used to brush my hair. It was always a mess. I mean, nothing's really changed there. I also used to like collect rocks and sticks, and I thought that they all had like their own personality. They were like a real thing to me, like they were like living, and I would name every single one of them, and I would always like forget their names and have to like start over. So I'd be like, this one's Jimmy, this one's Claire, this one's Tommy, and I would like forget their names, and I'd be like, this one's Sarah, this one's Bethany, this one's, I can't think of another name. You get the point. I was weird. That's like the only way I can explain it to you guys. I'm gonna start in chronological order. So my first thought or theory that I can remember from when I was a little kid, whenever I would go to sleep, I just knew that my family was like partying without me. So every time I would like close my eyes at night to go to bed, I thought that my family was like in the living room and they would like call up all of my friends and like they would all throw a party without me, and I was always so sad to go to bed at night. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's pretty generic. Like, I've heard a lot of little kids think pretty similar things. My friend Shannon used to think that when she left the room, everyone would turn into an alien and like start levitating off the ground. The next thing I made up in my mind is everyone with black hair was evil. So, but in all of the Disney movies, all of the villains had black hair. I can't even think of an example to like tell you now. I can't even think of a villain with black hair now that I'm saying that out loud. But when I was little, I was like positive that everybody with black hair was evil. Traffic lights. Every person I've talked to about this had a different theory when they were little about how traffic lights change. I don't know about you guys, but when I was little, I was positive that there was an office up in the clouds and they had a camera and they could see every single set of traffic lights in the whole world, and they would like look at when each lane became full and they would change the traffic lights according to that, and it would like keep the traffic flowing. So if we were like stopped at a traffic light for so long, I would like look up at the clouds and be like come on, do your job. Every time I was little and I would be like standing eating up. What? I would stand eating up? Why? When I was little, I used to eat standing up a lot, and all of my family members used to be like, sit down while you eat, sit down while you eat. And I asked my mom one time, I was like, Mom, why does everyone always tell me to sit down when I eat? And she goes, it just helps you digest better. So in my brain, I just made up my own little theory about it. And this was my theory. When you stood up to eat, after you swallowed the food, it would go straight down to your feet and it would slowly just like fill up your body, and until you had to like throw it up. Do you know what I mean? So it would come up until it got to your throat, and then you would throw up. And that's why I thought like people threw up, because it would just like fill up until here and then you had to throw up. But if you sat down to eat, you would just swallow the food, but it would stop at your butthole. So instead of going all the way down to your feet, you would just like poop it out. So in my brain, I thought that the more you stood up to eat, the more often you would throw up. Alrighty, so those were theories I used to have before I started school, and now I'm going to tell you some theories I had while I was going through school. So, starting with spelling, I knew my letters pretty well, but one time I got asked how to spell phone, and I said F-O-N. I don't even know if I put an E at the end, but I said F-O-N, phone. And they were like, actually, phone is spelled P-H-O-N-E. And from that moment on, I was like sure of it, that every single word that had the f noise in it was spelled with a P-H. So I would write like, me and my friends had fun, and I would write P-H-U-N. Before I ever learned addition and subtraction, I remember I was like, one time to my older sister, she was having trouble with her homework or whatever, and I was like, I can help you with your homework, I'm so smart, I know all of my numbers. And she was like, okay, sure. What is 2 plus 4? And obviously 2 plus 4 is 6, but in my head I was like 2, 4. 24.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
It's like that just made sense to me. It just made sense. Okay, the next one was in like 4th grade, so this is like pretty embarrassing that I actually thought this. When I was learning like north, south, when I was learning like north, east, south, flip and flip. When I was learning like north, east, south, and west, I guess when we were learning north in the classroom, north just happened to be at the front of the classroom. But I truly and honestly thought that north meant just like in front of you. So I'd be like, that's north, that's north, that's north. The next theory that I have on this list is about apple cores. And I don't know when this theory in my brain originated, but I still kind of do it to this day. So let me explain. One time I think I read somewhere that if you break an apple core in half, sometimes the seeds will make a star, but it won't happen every single time. So I made up a theory that if you break it in half and you get a star, it's gonna be a good day or you have good luck for the day. But if you don't get a star, you have bad luck or it's like just gonna be an average day. And I still do it to this day. Every time I eat an apple, I always break it in half before I throw it away. And every single time someone always goes, why did you break that in half? And I have to explain what a weirdo I am. The next 2 theories are theories that I made up like 5 years ago. So it's a little embarrassing that I actually thought this way when I was like 13. But the first one is about bed sheets. So with bed sheets, there's layers to it. So there's the bed and then there's the cover sheet that like clings to the mattress. And then there's the flat sheet. And then there's usually a blanket and a doona. At least that's how I've always had it growing up. So I used to like layer it every single night so that I would always have clean sheets. Doesn't make any sense, but this is what I thought. On the first night of having clean sheets, I would sleep underneath the doona. And on the second night, I would sleep underneath the blanket and then the sheet. So I always felt like I had clean sheets for like 3 nights in a row. But I never did, so there you go. The final theory I'm going to be talking about in this video is about toilet stalls. I have a theory that the first toilet stall in every single public bathroom is the dirtiest, and the last toilet stall in every single public bathroom is the cleanest. As soon as you walk in, you always just go to the first one, so everyone just go to the first one, but barely anyone walks to the end and like goes in the last one. But then, since making up this theory in my head, I always walk to the last toilet stall. And then I started thinking, what if other people have this theory and they walk to the last toilet stall as well? Maybe the middle toilet stall is the cleanest. So for the last month, I've been going to the middle toilet stall. You're welcome for that fun fact about myself. And you're also welcome for how flippin' weird my brain is. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any funny or interesting theories from when you're a little kid, please, please, please leave them down below in the comments because I would love to hear about them. I will see you all on Wednesday with another Halloween tutorial. And until then, enjoy the adventure.